Hello, welcome to Invictus Porsche, here with Bashir to review the second generation Porsche Panamera. This is the V6 turbocharged 2.9 litre. It's the Panamera 4, and as you know, the hybrids don't come in the 4S, they just end at the 4. We're going to tell you all that you need to know about it and why this is so much, better and different compared to its predecessor, the Mark 1. The Mark 2 is a massive step up from the Mark 1, not just because it's more sleeker, a different engine, attractive, elegant, you name it. Just look at the back of it. You could clearly see the link between the rear of the Panamera in comparison to the new Porsche 911 992s. This is a much talked about subject because of the very much oft criticized rear wagon look of the Mark 1 Panameras. And now if Andy can come in onto the inside from the get-go, this is just phenomenal. What I most like about the hybrid is just the fact that they are just so livable and daleable, and it offers everything you would want from a luxury point of view. And what is very different about the Mark II is just the whole layout. The steering wheel here, this is an uprated steering wheel. Just push it back, multifunctional. You've got the cruise control element of it here with the distance control between the car at the front. All the mobile Bluetooth connectivity is integrated. The Chrono Sport or the Sport Plus package button isn't necessarily littered here with loads of buttons. You've got it right here through this little dial which says hybrid, eco, sport plus and sports. Putting in sport plus and sports solely uses the combustion engine. And now here you've got this beautiful LED screen with everything you need to know about the car, whether that's to adjust the self-leveling suspension system, the various e-power modes, the various modes such as the e-power, hybrid, sport plus, individual, your mobile connectivity, your ambient lighting, your chrono package, the heated seats, everything is strictly available here at a touch of a button. And here you've got the touch sensitive buttons with the nicely shortened gear select lever, which is in a combination of polished aluminium with leather. And you've got the piano look display with a chrono watch, as you can find, and additionally you've got an additional digital screen here in the middle as well. What I most like about this is I'm just wowed by the interior color combination of the beige leather combined with the leather black dashboard here, which sets off things extremely well, including the fact that you've got black carpets here as opposed to beige, as beige can get extremely dirty quite quickly, including the fact you've got the double panoramic roof on the rear. And just to illustrate the step up it is on the back is, just look at it here from a moment. Pan roof at the front, pan roof at the back, everything here is just wow. That's as best as I can describe it. Why don't we just get into it, talk a little bit more about the car and the specification, and see what it's like to drive. Now that we're on the inside of the vehicle, what can I say? It is a massive step up from the get-go. How this has the multifunctional sports steering wheel, just how it holds and how it feels, and the fact you've got the pedal shifts at the back. Right now we're solely using the combustion engine on this, and just to give you an idea in terms of how amazing it is to switch and change between the hybrid and the combustion engine. For a moment, at the minute we don't have charge in the battery, so I can't illustrate 100%, but I will talk about it because I have driven this approximately 100 miles with charge in the battery. So if you had charge in the battery and you had the hybrid selected through the dial here, and you're going at 44 miles an hour, just as we are right now, and if you actually took your foot off the accelerator, that 55 miles per hour or 50 miles per hour is completely retained, and the engine actually cuts out, and it's the battery that's carrying you. To further tell you what an ingenious way the Mark II hybrid monitors all the energy usage and basically the usage between your combustion engine versus the hybrid battery operated side of the car. Is currently it's done 43,000 miles. Of the 43,000 miles, about 14,000 miles of it has actually been done using the battery or the hybrid side of it. So the combustion engine really has only done 27,000 miles, and that just goes to show that the hybrid side of these cars isn't just a gimmick. It is proven and it works absolutely phenomenal. And credit to Porsche for actually being one of the companies that are market leading in this kind of a system, especially on luxury cars. I mean, the Panamera is the ultimate luxury car that anyone could wish and hope for. Performance-wise, the V6 2.9 litre turbocharged engine offers 326 brake horsepower, 450 Newton meters of torque. That is very torquey, and the 0 to 60 is possible in a blisteringly quick pace of 4.6 seconds. If you are wondering what sort of MPGs you could expect from it, that is 113 miles per hour, 113 miles per gallon on paper. That's if you've got the battery fully charged independently and you're not using sort of the combustion engine to actually charge the battery. But if you're actually not going to be charging the battery independently, it still works off the regenerative energy, especially when you're braking. As I'm braking right now, you will see the charge goes all the way up here in the middle, and right now I'm accelerating. The engine, the combustion engine is completely cut off. You're at 0 revs per minute, and as I'm accelerating, it's using the e-power only, and that's doing all of this work through the hybrid system. So extremely intelligent, extremely luxurious and quiet, and exactly what you would expect out of something along the lines of a Porsche. But then if we turn that dial to sports mode only, the combustion engine is turned on. Hey, how about we drop it to third? And wow, I don't know if you could hear that, but I could, and it sounds great. So if you are going to be driving it a bit spiritedly, boy oh boy, it handles, and it handles very, very well. And that is also thanks to the fact that this is the four-wheel drive Panamera hybrid, and kudos to Porsche again for this phenomenal, amazing technology. Now, there is a few other things that I would like to probably recap on from the beginning that I've briefly touched. Is the fact that the Mark II isn't just some consider it a mid-cycle refresh, or some consider it to be a new model but with slight subtle changes from the get-go. Whether that's the internal features, the two I think these are 7 or 10 inch digital screens that you find here. Whether it's the screen, the touch sensitivity, the fact that the center isn't cluttered, the fact that the whole of the interior of the vehicle has been redesigned, including the rear bumper, the front. It's got a completely new engine, a new chassis, and everything about it, to the degree, how PASM's got 2 settings. You've got all these functions here, which says e-power, hybrid, sport plus, individual. Spoilers controlled through here. You've got the air suspension, so you could actually lower or put the suspension into either a medium or an absolutely lift setting. So all of it is here displayed through here. The navigation system here is a huge touch-up. a huge step up. I mean, just pressing start once you've got your destination selected, or you go over into the media side of things, all the mobiles that are connected are displayed here, or the phone connectivity, or the climate controls. You can actually open this vent here or close it as you like. You've got the heated seats elements of it, both for the driver's side, the passenger side, for the rear. I mean, ultimately, from a luxury point of view, there are things that I might perhaps not even cover in this video, but if you think of it, it has it, i.e. Apple CarPlay. So all in all, if you are looking for, you know, a Mark II Panamera, and you're like, you know, well, this is what I want to get into, don't question it. Go out, look at one, test drive one, ask your questions, and see if it's right for you. I mean, currently we've got this available here at Invictus. This is in this beautiful jet black metallic color, finished with this extended leather interior, which is in beige, partly black. It's a one owner since new car, so very low owners. It drives like new. It's been very well maintained overall, and all in all, I think from a spec point of view, from how it's been looked after, how it's been maintained, this is an absolute gem of a car. And I hope I've just done the Mark II Panameras a bit of justice. And you know, if you're in the market for one, with all the new legislations coming out, you know, here's one. We don't know how long it will be available for. So I hope you've liked the video. I hope you've liked the coverage of how I've covered the video. If you've got any recommendation or feedback to give, feel free to comment, and you know, press subscribe and stay tuned for the next one. Thank you. Bye.